Hi again, everyone. This is Yung Palamare, and I just wanted to showcase a little bit of footage while I talk about the Oculus Quest. So, all of this is recorded using the Oculus Quest headset, and I am using my Google Chromebook to do all the editing. As you know, the Google Chromebook only functions using browser based websites, and essentially, it's a pretty useless piece of equipment if you don't have internet. So I figured, okay, how do I go about editing video on it? I wonder if it's even possible. And I found out that I can do that using a website called Clipchamp and also record my voice in conjunction with the clips that I upload to Clipchamp using the online voice recorder app or website. So, if anyone's wondering how I was able to do this with the Chromebook,
Welcome to
I used
Oculus.
those two
After
websites
this tutorial,
and my
you'll be ready
Oculus
to
Quest
explore.
to upload to Facebook, and then use the
It's time to learn
Facebook
about
app
your Oculus
download
Touch
tool
controllers.
Majig
Now,
to
try
download
pressing all of the
the
click buttons with your
Facebook
thumbs.
video to
Try moving the
my Chromebook.
thumbsticks around. The thumbsticks can
So yeah,
also
I
be
just wanted to
placed
show
on
you more
buttons.
footage regarding
Next,
this
use your index
new
fingers to
type of,
squeeze the triggers on your
I guess, virtual
controllers.
reality
Locate the
plane.
grip
It's not
buttons
really
and squeeze
new,
them
but
with your
it's
middle
it's a
fingers.
few years old.
Now let's
In
see what
fact,
your
this type
virtual
of
hands can
technology,
do.
in my opinion, is kind of obsolete. If they released it to the public, it's probably been around for decades. Just my
To make a
thoughts
fist,
on it.
squeeze the
there's a
grip
little
with
bit
your
of
middle
conspiracy
finger
theory
and hold it
associated with
down. To
what I just
point,
said, but
keep squeezing the grip
in my
and just
opinion,
lift
if
your
they're
index
releasing
finger.
something
Now use your
to the
index
public,
finger to push the
it's
button in front of you.
basically
To
obsolete.
pick up an object, squeeze
um,
and hold the grip button with your middle finger.
anyway, I
Release the
still
grip
think it's a
button to
very
drop it.
provoking type of
Your virtual hands
technology,
can do
and I
just
think
about
that
anything.
in the
Go
future,
ahead,
that's
play with
going
some of these
to
items.
actually be very, very, very practical to use. I think education systems such as universities and schools out there uh, will start using virtual reality as a way to motivate kids to do their homework and to actually excel in classes as well. Uh, I
Looks
know
like you're
for a
getting the
fact
hang of it.
because I
Here's a
use it
few
as a
more to
tool,
try.
not just to play video games like everyone else uses. I use it to go and do some research on YouTube, and I learn different things by interacting with them using my VR headset. So, as opposed to actually recollecting your memory data bank and using your imagination
When you're ready
to
to
rely
explore
on
some new VR worlds,
uh,
insert a cartridge
to
into the
go and
console.
study by reading a book, for instance, uh, in the Oculus Quest or any type of VR platform, you can actually be thrown into that, uh, the subject that you're learning and interact with it, which to someone like me who's more visually alert, who's more able to, I guess, identify with what they're learning by visual, it's a very nifty type of tool. So I think virtual reality is going to be a long um, process. I think it's a long process in order for it to be like as amazing as it will be. And but I also think it has a great future ahead of it. And I think it's going to be something that most people are going to be using, especially with um, with the augmented reality also, yeah, being something that I think everyone will be using soon. Which is to say, I think Oculus Quest is a version of augmented reality. If not, it is, because in the very beginning, you're treated with somewhat a augmented reality first look. Yeah. In order for you not to go crashing into objects around you, such as walls, windows, and doors, uh, tables, anything around your house, you actually paint a circumference around you, and you are able to see your environment through the Oculus Quest, albeit it's in black and white, and it's kind of like a static type of environment. You're able to see it, and I can almost. envision it now and how it will affect our world, if you're able to kind of visualize your entire environment around you, but point at it, a specific thing to give you stats on things such as how much a piece of furniture from IKEA cost, or how old an individual is who's standing right in front of you. You know, it'd be interesting to see how the Oculus Quest or VR equipment or a type of augmented equipment would be used in games like real life poker, where you can check up on stats to see the tendencies of players who bet the most and who bet the least, in order to help you range the type of cards they play in the long run, in conjunction with what the board displays, right? To see what kind of board they bet into, to notice whether or not they bluff. See, there are all types of ways that augmented reality can basically be used, and how it can be such a um, practical tool to be using in the virtual space and in real space. I sometimes think about the issues though, and related with using virtual reality. If somehow it impacts our social intelligence somehow, if kids are using this constantly on a consistent basis, does that make them less social in real world situations, real world scenarios? There are implications to be using to implications associated to using this kind of technology, and the only way we're ever really going to find out is if we venture step foot into it, because no matter what, this is inevitable. People are just lured by the dynamics, um, by the use of Beat Saber, for instance, this game I'm playing right now. And like I said, I think that it isn't just solely based for video games. Like, it's not something that you just use to play video games. You can surf the web. You can watch VR porn. You can do pretty much everything you can do on a 2D screen, like your cell phone. But the difference is you're in it, which in itself tricks the mind into believing it's a real experience, and you can recount it as a memory more so than reading a book, which I think becomes a very, very heavy educational tool, because yeah, you're fascinated with what you're learning, and you're interacting with it as opposed to just relying on your imagination. And like I said, I've delved deep into thinking about it, and also thought about the implications associated with imagination. Will future generations be less imaginative because of the fact that things get more automated as time goes on? Um, who knows? And that remains to be seen. But no matter what, like I said, virtual reality is here. Anyway, this is Young Palamare. I gotta go. Bye bye.